Good evening, everyone. My name is Jose Hidalgo. Many of you probably know me. Not probably. Many of you know me. And I know some of you, people who I've worked with, people who I've called friends in the past, family, and more probably. And then, of course, there's a lot of people that I don't know, that I've never met before. And that's okay. This is a message for everyone. And, I can't believe it actually took me this long to realize that I needed to do this, because as some told me a few months ago, you should have taken control of the narrative. And again, to that person, that group of people, they were right. And I say thank you, and you're right. And that's something that I will own, as in, that was my mistake. But it's not as simple as, oh, he should have just, no. And that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this now. Because I waited too damn long to address a lot of the falsehoods, a lot of the lies that are exactly that. And, it's when it gets to the point where these, maybe, I don't know if it's the same people, but it's a group of people, for sure. It's a group of people. I don't know if perhaps it's companies too. I don't know. But regardless, when it gets to the point where you're actually interfering with my ability to make a living for myself, when you're interfering with my ability to make ends meet and with my livelihood, to be able to work, that's a point too far. And that's exactly, I still can't believe myself that I've been tolerating this long. But especially after everything that I've lived through. And, I've been posting on LinkedIn, and more recently I started posting on Instagram in text, not video format, but in text. And so some of you probably have read what I've posted. I don't know. Maybe, perhaps, I don't know. But that's either near nor there. The reality is that I had to do this, because otherwise this is going to continue. And this is what some of you don't understand. I'm doing incredibly well despite everything. But some of these people continue to interfere in my ability to work. And I know that sounds hard to believe, but it's being done on purpose. And, and the problem really stems from the fact that some people have total and direct control of my devices that they should not have, period. Who are those people? Well, I can't tell you 100% that I know, but I definitely have my suspicions. And yes, I would say probably around 90 to 95% sure who has control and who has had control. And, this started back in 2021 when I was hacked. And this is where it's all I know. And some of you have already heard the story. You don't want to hear it again. But I'm finally getting it out there publicly, because I have finally had enough of this. Again, when you start to interfere with my ability to be able to make a living, especially after everything that this nightmare has cost me, because it has. It's cost me nearly everything other than my life, but financially, professionally, personally, health-wise, mental health-wise, and a long list of other that's a really small list. But and I'm pretty sure I know who was responsible, who hacked me. But again, we'll leave it at that. Okay? But here's the other thing that I need to address once and for all, because I'm sick and tired of the lies these people that I actually won nothing, and I mean nothing. And that's the other reason why I am finally recording this and sharing it with the world, because in written text, you don't believe me. And since I don't know who's watching me at any given point, how many people are watching me, and I know they are, even though they'll say, no one's watching, don't believe them. I've lived through this. And no, it's not mental health either, even though it will sound like that. That's what they want you all to believe, because they want to blame me, because they blame me for all of the problems they caused. So I need to finally state all of this publicly so everyone finally hears it and sees it from me. Because even though I've said it, not in this format where it actually gets saved and shared. But number one, I do not have any other family other than my birth family who reside, for the most part, here in El Paso, Texas. I do not know or have any other family members, okay? That's one of the main lies these people have been concocting since the very beginning, behind my back. Behind my back the entire time, amongst relations or friendships or co-workers, people I worked with. They've gone out and lied to all of them, because again, they have had control of my devices and my accounts. Yes, accounts, digital accounts, everything, because they have control of it all. So that's number one. Number two, I do not have a foster family. If I do, I don't know who they are, or I've never met them. That's the second lie they've been telling everyone. Okay? I do not. That is another lie. You choose to believe them or me. But number three, I am not married. I have never been married, and I've never even been in a relationship. There, I said it. Finally, let it be out there. If other people have been saying otherwise, it's another one of their lies, because that's what they do. They lie. They lie, and there's no stopping them. So, I've never been in a relationship, okay? I'm not married. I've never been married. I'm single. I am single. And again, you choose to believe them or me. But again, that's what happens when people who should never have control of your devices gain control of your devices. They see all of your contacts, everything, all of your text messages, photos, everything. And I'll get to that point, because I know that's the other one. But so for years, I've been saying that I've had a girlfriend, and that I've been chasing women, or worse. And again, another one of their fabrications and lies and deceit. And I'm finally going to put this heinous and atrocious lie to bed because it's gone too damn long. I am gay. I am gay. And that's a secret that I've held for my entire life. And now I'm sharing it. And that's the truth. So all this stuff that I've had girlfriends or that I've been married or BS. BS. Now I'm going to receive a lot of hate for saying that. You have a problem with me being gay? So be it. If you don't want to have any real, so be it. But you know what? I'm not going to be given into being intimidated by anyone, especially after what I've lived through. Not a single day longer. So hate me all you want, but you're not a friend but that's the truth. That's the truth. Now this is the other point that I need to address, because this is really where all of those lies started, and they've kept amplifying them at my expense. Okay? It's the most disgusting, despicable, and quite frankly, in my opinion, evil lie that's been spread about me. And it's regarding the most harmless and idiotic mistake I made years ago, involving idiotic pictures of a 30-year-old man, person I used to call a friend. And of course, they've turned it into something else again at my expense, because now let me address them, because it sounds so much worse than screenshot. But the majority of them, 95% of them, screenshots from a publicly available Instagram profile. Now, I'm not saying that because, that's still bad. Okay, bad, whatever, wrong, yes, whatever you want. And, here's the thing is, I want nothing to do with him. And in 2021, when that finally became known to all of these people, the ones who hacked me, they told me to stop doing that. And I said, fine. And I complied with exactly what they told me. But since that point in time, they've had control of my devices, and they've been doing whatever it is they've wanted to do. Essentially treating me like a criminal, and saying worst things about me that are just, honestly, it's not even worth saying, but it just goes to show you that you think you know people until you realize. And I'm going to say this right now publicly, I don't care. I wish I had never befriended that person or those friends, because my life would not be where it is today if not for those people who have been lying to me since day one of 2021. And sure enough, you could say I lied about, I didn't do anything other than take harmless pictures, and that's it. Now, everybody can twist the story however they want. You choose to believe whoever you want to believe. I don't care. You choose to believe whoever you want to believe. And they're going to say that they're going to sue me because for, for defamation. Go ahead. sue me. I'd love for you to sue me because I'd love to take you to court as well because of I'd sue you for all the damages you've caused me. If that's how you want to play, go right ahead. I have nothing left to lose. Which gets to my point of why I started this video. Because this is the problem. They keep lying that I am chasing people. I'm like, who? They keep lying that I'm contacting them who? I am not in touch with them. I need everyone to understand that you watching me like this is how I've been living my life since at least 2021 and even prior to that because of the pandemic and they lied to you all, to me, to my birth family. They've been lying to everyone at my expense. And, I will own the fact that I did something that I shouldn't have done wrong, but nothing to the level that it's been taken as if I had actually harmed someone, which is not the case. And when it became known about those idiotic pictures I want nothing to do with, it's, quite the double standard here because it's incredible. It's okay. I made a mistake. I stopped when you told me in 2021, yet when I told them that what they were doing and the way they were communicating with me, because it's never been direct, it's never been like they're calling me or emailing me or texting me, it's doing it insidiously and indirectly the entire time because guess what? It doesn't leave a trace. So I wouldn't be able to connect it back to them. But they know exactly what they're doing. They've always known. And they've kept doing it, making it seem like I am the one who, when I'm not even contacting them in the first place. So, again, and I say the double standard because it is quite the double standard that, oh, okay, you get to hack my devices. You get to come into my home, my private home, go everywhere I travel. You get to surveil me, even though I'm not doing that to you. Who are you? God? Well, I guess it's someone or some people who are very powerful, I guess, and can get away with it. But you see the double standard? It's the case of, having your cake and eating it too. But you can come in and surveil me and cause me all the problems that you've caused me, because some of them directly, some of them indirectly, and here we are. And so now I'm trying to make ends meet in whatever way I can to survive precisely the chaos and disaster they caused me. And even with that, they interfere. So when does it stop? When does it end? Because I don't want anything to do with them. And they keep saying that you're not over it. There he is again. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I do not want anything to do with those people. They are not my friends. And I wish to God I could go back in time and never befriended them. But I can't do that. And that's okay. And I'm not heartbroken. Don't care. But what I do care is I'm trying to live my life and move it forward. I am trying to survive. I'm trying to make ends meet. And these sick people, they're very sick. They listen to everything that I listen to, from music, everything, and make their own idiotic, stupid, and faulty assumptions. And everything that I do has to be viewed from the lens of, there he is, see, there he is, and see. You cannot reason with these people. It's impossible. I've tried. I'm on my sixth or seventh cell phone at my cost, my birth mother's cost. Second laptop. Second. I don't know how many new email addresses. I mean, the list is absurd and ridiculous, but it's true. And it's all of it has cost me, including, of course, ruining my credit. Oh, and that's another one, because they don't want me to talk about that either, right? So, I didn't want it to get to this point, but you're not allowing me to work. You're not allowing me to live my life like a normal human being lives a life without being monitored and illegally surveilled. I want nothing to do with you. What do I need to do to get you to understand that? And because I travel to a music festival, it has nothing, I mean nothing, to do with a person or several people. It has to do with me enjoying something that gives me joy and happiness. And that is it. So it's already 22 minutes. 22 minutes. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to upload this entire thing, but I'm going to have to see how I'm going to condense this down, because today was the last straw. They keep lying about me without saying, oh, see, there's something wrong with him mentally. See, he's a narcissist. He's the one lying. He's the one who did harm to everyone. I harmed everyone. Excuse me? I harmed everyone? How? What did I do? I even tried. I went to the El Paso courthouse to try and get a restraining order. But these people won't allow me. They're very connected and very powerful. Very connected and very powerful. Obviously, the other side of it is, it would take me months to see the inside of a courthouse. I don't want any of that. I just want to put all of this nightmare behind me. I thought that's exactly what I was doing. But the people who have control of my devices, the people who monitor me illegally, who watch me every waking minute of my life, make it impossible for me to, quote unquote, move on, even though I had moved on from them. I don't care. I couldn't be happier without them in my life, because them being in my life and that's without me mentioning what I did for them in the past, but that's the only time I will say that. And it's time for this show, or whatever it is, to come to an end. I'm trying to live my life, and I'm not asking anyone to pick sides. I'm not. Everyone wants to side with them. Side with them. I don't care. I do not care. I can become the loneliest person in the world. I don't care. But here's the thing. I'm going to have to survive one way or another. And I need the sick people who are doing this to stop. So I hope that there are sane people here. Sane. I know there are, I should say. I know there are. Some who can convince these people who I want nothing to do with. Nothing. Nothing. I never want to see them again. I never want to hear their names again. I'd be ecstatic to just forget about them and move on. But it seems like they don't want to stop. So that's where we are at. I can't believe it. I'm actually trying to move my life forward, to survive in everything, in the chaos and destruction and devastation that some of you brought on my life, and you're playing games with it? Games with my life? It's about time some of you really look at your conscience. I know some of you don't have one, and I know you'll say, what about yours? If you want to do that publicly, let's do it. I have nothing to hide. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be doing this if I had I've lost nearly everything, other than, of course, my birth family. Thank God. My mother, who, if not for her, my birth mother. Everyone else who has been lying has been lying. They've been lying that they've been giving me. They're making it seem like they've given me, they've paid me, supposedly. That's another one of their lies, by the way. They haven't paid me anything. They paid me with problems I never needed. So, like I said, I don't mind being the loneliest person in the world. I really don't. That's what I wanted. What I want. And of course, they'll lie and say, no, he's doing something I'm not doing. But, and just you wait. I know they're going to somehow come back at me. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. See how afraid I am. But you know how funny it is? The double standard there, huh? You all are cowards, because what you do is you send other people to do your bidding instead of having the courage to just, because you know why? Because they know they've done me wrong. So I hope, I hate using that word, but, and some of you probably know why. I truly wish the sane minds prevail here, because a life is on the line, and you may hate me all you want, and if I've truly did something, there was to one person I did, and one day I will apologize. Not like that, not like the way I'm, but something I wish I wouldn't have done. Painful, and I wish I could take back, but no one else have I hurt by any stretch of the imagination in the way I'm being portrayed as. And that's something that I'm going to have to take with me to my grave. Thank you to those people who had the brilliant, and I mean brilliant, idea to run with your stupidity. But that's what happens when clearly when you meet people that you thought you knew, but realized made the biggest mistake of my life, and I paid dearly for it. I mean, but you know what? I'm happy. I'm happy for that lesson, because I'm never making that mistake again. Ever. Ever. And again, I'm not asking anyone to pick sides. Pick them. I don't care. But what I am asking you is, I need to live my life unencumbered and without sabotage. And I need sane people to get these people who are just the most impossible, irrational, and just people I want nothing to do with out of my life and out of my devices. So that's what I have for you. 32 minutes. I'm going to have to find a way to get this up, but I'm going to get it up. And if I need to post every single day, I will post every single day. But the lies, the falsehoods, the BS ends today, tonight. It should have ended months ago. It should have ended years ago. And I tried going to the most extreme lengths, and nothing that I tried worked. Go figure. So, thank you.